Team, welcome to my YouTube channel. So it's my first proper video on here. I've posted a few shorts on here before, but this is my first proper talking to camera YouTube video. So each week I'm going to start trying to post as much value on here as I can. So I really hope you hit that subscribe button and come back each week to get as much value as you can from these videos. So just for those of you who don't know, don't follow me on any other social media channels. So my name's James. I'm a strength conditioning coach and I've been an S&C coach for nearly 13 years. I'm the founder and coach at Evans Performance Training. That's my training business, and within that business I have the Athletic Parent Project as well. So where I'm working with people like me who may have had some training in the past, may have played a sport in the past, but perhaps lost a little bit of that as they go into parenthood. So I program for parents who are a bit like me, who live busy lives, don't have time to spend hours and hours every day in the gym, just need to be efficient and streamlined in their training. So that's a passion project for me because I became a dad last year in August, and I sort of made the typical training mistakes that a lot of parents make who were perhaps training before, where I tried to go back to my usual routine. And you see these young fitness influencers on Instagram saying that we all have the same 24 hours, and whilst yes, mathematically that might be correct, in terms of a responsibility point of view, it definitely isn't. We do not have the same amount that we have to do in 24 hours. I tried to go back to sort of my 2 upper body sessions, 2 lower body sessions, bit of conditioning work each week. Really quickly realised that that was never going to work, and it was kind of a bit irresponsible to do almost, because it wasn't fair on me, wasn't fair on my son, wasn't fair on my wife. And I quickly realised that I need to put my expertise to use in a better way for my own training, and now I'm trying to do that and help other people as well. So in this video, I want to tell you the 3 biggest tips and bits of advice that I have for parents who are maybe just trying to find their way into a new training program. So the first of these tips is full body sessions. They've gone out of fashion a bit in the fitness industry. So we're so used now to bodybuilding splits or push-pull legs or upper-lower splits. And these are fine. And if you're training on consecutive days, that may be something that you have to do. But my preference is to try and get at least 3 sessions a week. It can be 2 if needed, because using full body sessions is super efficient if we're doing that. And we can spread it out over the week. And then also, if we miss a session, it's not the end of the world. Why? Because we've moved the big rocks in every single session. So being able to hit the key movements or the key muscle groups in nearly every session that we do means that if something comes up, if the kids are being a nightmare, if work's a nightmare, if you have to miss a session because of illness, whatever it might be, you've at least had 1 or 2 sessions where you've hit everything. So that way it's not as much of a disaster if we miss a session. So the second of these is getting in 10,000 steps. And this is something I really had to change my perspective on, because I used to not be too bothered about this number. I thought if I was going to the gym, was getting my cardio sessions in, I didn't really need to worry about 10,000 steps. But since becoming a parent, my time to do those cardio sessions is much more limited. And the 10,000 steps isn't a magic number. It's not something that if you hit, you're suddenly going to be in peak fitness, but it does make a big difference, particularly to keeping off sort of that unwanted body fat that might creep up, and a lot of people experience in the early stages of parenthood. So for me, this is going for a walk with the baby. So taking him out in his pushchair, it's taking the stairs whenever I can. For you, it might be walking the school run. It might be chasing the kids around the house. But get those steps in, because it is a real big contribution to cardiovascular health and making up for not being able to do as much conditioning work. And then a big one for me is train physical qualities, not just muscle groups. So don't just think about, oh, hello, mate. So we get sucked into thinking about our chest exercises, biceps, triceps. But for me, I really focus on strength, cardiovascular health, power, fitness, those sorts of qualities, because for me, that is what is important to being a parent who's in shape, who's active, who can move pain-free, who can move well, and who's going to try and keep their athletic ability as much as they can throughout their life. So for me, I'm sort of used to this already because I played rugby since the age of 8. So when I started in S&C around 17, 18 was when I started training myself, and then became an S&C coach age 19 while I was at university. So I'm sort of used to that. I'm used to focus on these physical qualities, but they are so important to being an active parent who can keep up with the kids, who isn't injured all the time, who can do the activities that they love to do. You might even carry on playing your sport while you're a parent. So focusing your training around these qualities instead of muscle groups for me is really key, because our training now, it's not just for Instagram, it's not just to look good on social media, it's actually to live an active life, it's to maintain, for me, our athleticism for as long as we can. So if I've still got you here at the end of this video, if you're still there, then please feel free to go onto one of my social media channels. I'm very active on Instagram, or just pop it in the comments below or email me, whatever it might be. Send me the word parent and I will send across to you my free Athletic Parent Training Bible. Thanks for watching, and please make sure you hit subscribe.